walking tour.
3?
E numbers. But Alex is chafing between the legs. Alex?
Quite hammered.
We're just thinking about our time in Dublin. So it's day 2 and we're trying to figure out how to get to Phoenix Park, the President's house. There's meant to be free tours there, so we're trying to get there in 10 minutes, which is a challenge.
So I'm half an hour late. It's my fault, we're going to be late. And I'm a sweaty mess. But at least I'm a clean sweaty mess.
Cycling through beautiful Phoenix Park, I'm out of breath already. We just passed the zoo. There's a polo ground. It's a kind of forest area. Runners and cyclists can see the President's house. Cheers.
What happened?
There aren't any tickets left. Apparently there was a queue packed out. 50-60 people from 9:30 this morning, and it only runs on Saturdays, so we can stand a chance.
So the message is get here 8:30 in the morning. Oh, well, we're going to go look around the park for a bit. Maybe we'll just go and head back into town on our sweaty bikes. We're in the centre of Dublin, but there's some sort of dive competition or swimming competition that comes across, so come check it out, but actually seeing it's quite difficult.
Not being able to come this way.
Turns out it's the 100th edition of the annual Liffey Swim, a 2.2 kilometre bracing jaunt from Rory O'More Bridge up to the Loop Line Bridge, and it attracts roughly 300 competitors each year.
Got our lunch, and we're heading to Hout? Holt? Don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's outside of Dublin, and it's by the seaside! We're in Hout! I feel like we should walk for a bit before we settle.
Do you want to go down there?
This is pretty.
Nice, isn't it? It's a nice place. The size of the nets.
Somewhere.
We actually need to set sides for us, don't we, as well? Are you always on the left and I'm always on the right? Or?
We don't always need to be on the same sides.
Okay. Anyway, so we're here and we're trying to find a path up to some cliffs.
Alex? Oh.
It's fine.
Where have you brought us, eh? This is like Jurassic Park.
Just keep walking. I can't really feel my legs. Oh. Yeah. My legs are in pain because of the thorns.
Culprit, it's these things. Come down from the cliffs. How's that fish?
Krabby Joe's is a winner.
Heading back towards the hostel just to rest. I just found out they do tea upstairs. Fruit and tea. Let's going to be really terrible weather tomorrow, so we're gonna do some inside stuff.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
It's Sunday morning in Dublin. So today we are going to go to that library place, aren't we?
Chest of Yatti.
The thing will be the pub tour that they recommended, or they run tonight. So that really worked on us, that free tour. They've actually
James was very persuasive.
fleeced us.
I quite like to go into St Patrick's Cathedral and just see it, so might try and do that. It's going to be a chill day today, day 3.
Okay, back on the bikes, because we love them now. We're here at the Spire, there it is. And yeah, heading towards St Patrick's Cathedral.
We found the cathedral! The stunning cathedral was unfortunately closed for a service, as we decided to turn up, of all times, late on a Sunday morning. The grounds were great though, and the bad weather we were promised hadn't showed yet, so we took in the vibrant atmosphere for an hour or so. Check that out. It's stunning.
Avoca was recommended to us as one of the world's oldest and best fabric manufacturers, so we had to check it out. If anything, just for socks and pants. There's also a little outside garden and a cafe with an incredible amount of baked goods and drinks. Definitely worth a visit.
Dublin has all the shopping you could imagine, and we checked out a couple of the more original looking places. Then the rain started pouring down, so we went inside and tried out this cool restaurant we saw from a lift. The restaurant served a local chowder soup, which was absolutely amazing and really delicious, so highly recommend that.
Part of the Yellow Umbrella free tour recommended the Chester Beatty Museum near Dublin Castle as one of the highlights of the Dublin tour scene, and it was free. To be honest, we went on it not knowing what it was about, but if you turn up at a certain time, which is advertised on their website, they give you free tours explaining the world of print, paper and languages.
Well, that was good. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was better than I thought it would be. Very interesting. The lady doing it was very good.
Yeah, she was a very passionate, what would you call her? Tour guide?
Individual.
Individual.
We learnt about paper, where that came from, what used to be used before paper. We found out how they wrote and why they wrote the way they did, which was all unexpected, to be honest. I didn't really expect that going in. So.
I learnt that people used to print wood blocks before, was it before papyrus and before parchment?
Yeah.
They used to actually chip away at wood blocks and then paint them with colour and then print them on
stamps,
pages.
basically.
Use them as stamps, yeah.
Yeah, that was the main way.
I thought that was really amazing. And they had to use different wood blocks, different stamps for each colour, so that they could print on top of the other colour that they'd just put down.
And it's all based on this guy, this Beatty guy, going around the world collecting manuscripts and then giving it to the Irish people.
What are we doing now?
We are going back to the hostel and then we're going on a traditional pub tour that does involve tasting, not getting smashed. 3 pubs, 3 beers or 3 tests of each in each pub with really Irish food and real Irish music at the end.
It is probably about 5 to 6. Our tour starts at 6 o'clock. It takes 4 hours. There's that leprechaun again. The one who rejected me yesterday. Right, so we found our yellow umbrellas. They are just there.
It's quite weird just to go right up to it and look up. a ladder to the sky.
It's a real bad.
We're going to our first pub. It's called the and yeah, I'm actually quite excited. I wouldn't ever normally do something like this because I'm not a big drinker, but bring it on. I might literally let my hair down.
To be fair, I was in the store once downstairs. The basement is currently closed for renovation.
Down the hatch.
Oh, don't pour it on me!
Did I just pour that? Oh, sorry.
So we're on our way to bar number 2. I'm fine.
I'm already drunk. Is the next one Guinness?
This one's Guinness and whiskey.
Guinness and whiskey.
Good luck, everybody.
Oh, do I remove that from your photo?
But I was struggling, and if he had said, listen, picture your hell and go back down, I wouldn't.
So,
Bar 3!
bar 3. The guy is really fucking nerdy about beer. But to a point where it's very entertaining. So they're doing very well. Probably in the background at a bar somewhere, isn't he?
Yeah, probably. There he is.
Quite hammered.
I've spent the last maybe hour and a half trying to sober up from all the strong drinks that we had to neck during the first part of the evening.
And I say neck, drink delicately, but you know, that was great. It was really good. I have a lot of respect for tour guides now and how they can be absolutely excellent at their jobs.
It's now about 10:30 and we're heading back to the hostel, I guess.
Yep. Via maybe a donut shop for this one. We'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pure class. Last drink of the night. Tea.
Good morning. What we're doing today then?
Today we're going to the Epic Immigration Museum. Flight at 8:30, so back to Scotland. Bye, Isaacs. Day 4.
You're hungover.
I don't know if I'm hungover. Just so tired.
The Epic Irish Immigration Museum opened in 2016 and was founded by Neville Isdell, a former chief executive at Coca-Cola who was born in County Down. The museum is set in a former tobacco and wine vaults and is full of bright and engaging themed rooms that cover different aspects of the Irish influence around the world. It's a mixture of physical exhibits and, along with interactive screens and projections, make this a fascinating place for everyone to visit.
Well, that was epic. We've got about an hour until our flight back to Glasgow, back home. So we're just thinking about our time in Dublin.
I didn't expect it to be how it was. The Epic Museum, the BT Library, the tours, the jail tour, all provide this information so clearly and so well.
I absolutely loved the Irish storyteller facet of Dublin that we've experienced. They're really good with words, and maybe that's what they call crack. A good crack is like good fun, and what's the crack means what's going on.
Fun means crack, crack means fun. Literally fun, that's what it means.
Fun.
Crack, crack, crack.
I'm quite impressed with how much history we managed to squash in to 4 days. It's a very intense and very thorough city tour.
4 days is enough.
Yeah, 4 days.
If you're going to do tourist things for 4 days, it's great.
This is our first travel vlog. We've never done this before, but we do plan on an Asia trip in 2020. So follow us then. Might just be us that watches this.
Yeah.
Bye.
No,